Action. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Tori the Hangout. I'm happy you guys are here. The usual crew is around. We have Agent Dan in the building. We have DJ King here, and we have Mosina Nasako on the technical desk. We have important topics to talk about this week. Unfortunately, this week we have like quite some negative news. The suicide that just happened, the accidents happening in Cameroon and on the ocean. We want to talk about these things. And let's just go ahead. And once more, sorry for our late start. Normally, I was supposed to start like 30 minutes earlier than this, but we are here now. Agent Dan, how far?
People are salute agenda in the house today. Don't miss one of the last couple of weeks, but I'll be happy as I day here today. So with Tori.
Good, good, good. International DJ King.
Yeah, bro. As you talk, that's what you do. Plenty things that we'll talk about today, and unfortunately, for the past week or two, we don't get in the way they know the come. They not really be positive to our Cameroon community or Cameroon as a whole. But those are some of the things that we will get to talk about, and we'll see how we go fix Cameroon and fix ourselves.
Yeah. So there's the news. The recent news of a lady who committed suicide in Maryland, a Cameroonian lady who committed suicide. Very, very unfortunate news. And some of the information that have gone around is that it's because of a boy that she killed herself. But then again, I watched some long live video from some guy who also does sister broadcasting thing in Maryland. And he said the family came and said out that is not that is not the case. That the case is that is not because of a boy, this and that. So what the boy was saying in the video is that the whole thing is about depression. So that's the thing that so first of all, when I be hear that to you, like when you heard that this thing, and let's say when you heard it the first time, and it says about a boy, what was your take on it? Like what would you? Let's say if that was your sister, like what would you? Not how would you feel, but what would you what would your mindset be if your sister killed herself because of a boy? Let's just consider if it was because of a boy.
Yeah, man, that's a very tough one, I will say. I think plenty things and they way as an individual, as you grow, you mature, you feel you are understanding about the world, right? And how to handle certain situations and the change. No be say at some point in time I will contemplate suicide for any reason whatsoever, right? But if I get an opportunity for give an advice, to my sister or to any young lady, the whole idea of make them understand say there is much more to life than one disappointment, right? If for whatsoever reason boy leave you or girl leave you, right, if you go the other way as well, be the end of the world, right? You still get your life ahead of you, you still get plenty other opportunities than where you feel pursue them. So my advice would be, I say, you know what, disappointment a part of life, failure a part of life, and like we talking at one time, no na answer, right? If you almost say chat some guy, it say no, you kill yourself, if you kill yourself, right? So take the no, maybe improve on yourself, and then launch again. You could this might be the chance that you get to win, right? So don't give up, keep pressing on.
Yeah, I know be no be new news that I don't hear even of other one away. So man begin even for Cameroon, man being kill himself for because of woman, because of his wife, because his wife left him.
Right. So
He said, yeah.
So for me, right, the loss of anybody, in their prime is always a very sad thing.
Yes, very, very.
So what we would need for figure out or need for try for doing that for see how we can empower our prime people, our, because they never say the youth not the future of tomorrow,
Yeah,
and
obviously, yeah.
we don't want the future to be down, to be a young person going, that's the future being killed right there. So to somebody that love, that suicide thing, we might need to get a therapist, somebody that
Yeah.
can talk more into this, into a session here to educate our community. But I never feel it's saying that a momentary thing where person just going up by which they happen at the moment, and they take a certain action that not is, it's like certain decisions that people make momentarily. But with this kind of decision that you're making at this time, you will not really have to have time to meditate about it. It's done. That's it. It's over.
Yeah.
Right. But if Mama say, if that person be harm himself somehow and did not really kill themselves, they will have time to think about it, like the decision, how it felt, how all of that. But they really went to the extreme at that point where they did something that is irreversible. It's done. So we like we be the talk online, and we're saying that we need to get somebody that can tell our community on how to. We just need somebody to come in here and tell us how we can figure this thing out. We don't want to keep losing our people, the people in their prime.
A sad thing, like you talk, you take a permanent decision over a temporary issue, right? Again, not permanent. There's not to know they will fit to now for bring back this lady. Perhaps, like you say, if he just do something for harm himself, minimal harm, the next day will probably even kick himself, like that was stupid, right? But now you don't do an irreversible thing, and unfortunately, we don't lost a very important person for our community, and this is a potential mother, potential grandmother. So pretty much that entire line and future generation don't be dealt with just because of a temporary hurt. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, and actually, like you talking about those therapies, I was actually trying to get some therapists. I said they know I give me a number. I wait their number for some people. Them we're still going to talk more about this thing, and I think it's actually a topic that's even supposed to be ongoing.
Yeah,
visit therapies for discuss your issue them, or even for open up to probably even more so among men, right? To a fellow brother saying now wait till this why they go through it. Probably a question for you too as well, like how do we get to that point of comfort where seeing the go on for your life, you'll be willing for share them with a professional, get that professional help. That way they feel probably help you, talk you down the ledge, or talk you down from harming yourself or harming others.
That you talk Latina we will not be prevalent for African community. We don't have to keep watching them between ourselves. So that's the thing. Like of course the biggest thing we ever fear is privacy. Now our biggest thing privacy. First, you can't talk your matter for you'll go spread, which is true. The thing now is trusting someone, finding someone that you can trust, that you can tell them something. So this is where it feels like it's only like the professional therapist that you might be able to talk to, because according to their ethics and things that everyone they learn, they are not supposed to. Therefore, our community now, if you go talk for your just your party man, which is better than not talking to anybody. If you go talk for your party man, people are hesitant. It's just because of our culture, the way we grew up. Because again, with this girl who did that thing, what I could deduce from the whole thing is that is overall depression. Even if the issue of the boy could have been part of it, but it might not be the only thing. Because again, like I said, I watched a very long live video where somebody came and confirmed, said that their family said that no, it's not because of the boy. You see, but if it's be multiple things, she has been having some stress, this and that, or maybe her life is not going the way she wanted it to go, all that kind of thing. So they pile up. So one thing that one very important thing that I want us to talk about from this thing and see if we can figure it out or see if we can try to make it better is how do we figure out when someone is going through something, even without them saying it to you? You don't wake up the next day, yes, it's some person don't use gun, blow your head.
That is one thing I really sometimes I wonder, like how can we actually live with persons like that girl probably know like 20 to
Yeah.
50 people, you probably know maybe like
Mm.
at least 10 people every day. How do we actually live
Yeah.
with those persons until they get commit suicide?
We no man, no.
Be like,
Yeah.
wait till it happen.
Yeah.
Most start with kings.
That's the biggest thing that I'm thinking about because it's possible like the girl she probably did not say it to anybody, she just kept
Yeah.
it to herself. So it's all to figure out how can we pick that out from someone.
Like, is it possible for somebody to go through that stress and all of? You know, the more consider saying that actually the boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Red flags, they don't go through their small difficulties and all of that. You understand? Now, I talk generally,
Generally,
most
yeah.
suicide cases,
Mm.
the people them now the two they don't go through for maybe 1, 2, 3 months or even 1 week. Now, the thing with the actually surviving now, how it happen when our community even say, okay, this man they go through this situation, this way. Or I say they didn't know and then they ignore or like
Maybe they don't know. So DJ, can you talk about the one like do you think that you can pick it out or how do you think you can observe someone to pick it up without them saying anything?
Like we start to talk, right? We need professionals in our
Yes.
the professionals in our community to
Mhm.
really come out and educate, because most of this is telling people what they need to know,
Mhm.
right? When I say you be my friend, you with the talk. If there are certain things that you might say that will trigger something, right? That I
Mhm.
have to report to somebody. But if I do not know those cues, I not gonna be able to do them, right? We'll
Mhm.
just talk. And maybe I'll even try to advise you as me,
Mhm.
but that might have been an extent that okay, this one deserves a call to somebody else,
Mhm.
not just me trying to talk to you because I'm not a professional.
Mhm.
So I think our professionals in the community, our therapists, they need to come out, educate the people, them let the people know that if your brother call you,
Mhm.
you start hear the kind of thing, call somebody else. If your brother, if your sister
Mhm.
start do this or start call you to talk about this, do not keep it because it could resort to this. So we need that professional that make. I understand say they are paid, right? They're supposed to be paid for their services, but at
Mhm.
this point, I think as story day, as we
Mhm.
day here, we call on them to come out and
Yeah.
help the community. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, we need that help because it's even not just might just say it did not resort to suicide or somebody doing that kind of thing. It could result to something else, you know. So just come out and talk to us.
Mhm.
Tell us how to detect these things, how
Mhm.
to fix this, you know, how to be able to uh, uh, figure out what is wrong with somebody. You know, if you receive a particular text from person, with your brother send you text, say, "Hey, bro, I don't think I can take this life anymore."
Mhm.
I don't know. I might be trying to advise the brother myself,
Mhm.
but a therapist or somebody that is trained in that
Mhm.
domain
Mhm.
might have something else that I need to, some extra steps that I will need to take, you
Mhm.
know, to save a brother's life or to save a sister's life. So, for me, so I know, say, if you tell me some kind of thing, bro, just know that it's going somewhere else. I know, keep it to myself.
Mhm.
If you call me, tell me, say, bro, I don't think I can take this anymore. I'm not calling. I'm not. I'm not give you advice. I'll tell somebody else to call you. I'll figure somebody else that can call you
Mhm.
and talk to you about what is going on. I
Mhm.
might even call the cops on you. Yeah.
Mhm. So, Agent Dan, yeah, have you ever been able to just someone throughout your life, like see someone and feel like this person is suicidal without the person telling you?
Um, that, I mean, that's a very direct question.
Mm.
And without giving away too much information, I
Mm.
don't get instances. As matter of fact, two people will they reach out to me,
Okay.
right? And in one instance, I'll be able to actually meet with that person,
Okay.
right? Well, I would say the person still there with we, so that
Yeah.
perhaps that help,
Yeah,
right? The
help,
facts that be able to avail myself or be able for talk with that person.
Mhm.
But I want to touch a little bit on what DJ King talk about here. I think over time we don't get to a point where we feel say, if you see this person, if you see certain things for somebody, right?
Mhm.
If you identify, I'm saying a stroke,
Mhm.
for instance, right? Slur speech, right? Loss of function in certain parts of the body. If you easily identify I'm a stroke,
Mhm.
right? But I don't think say we did at that point yet. Will we be able to identify mental related stuff with
Mhm.
people?
Mhm.
Which now why that we need people then where they be trained in those areas, and if he talks say okay, perhaps your body where you're able to hang out all the time, all of a sudden it just become too withdrawn,
Yes.
right? If it
Yeah.
say one or two things, and this now will be an indication say
Mhm.
things them not be okay, right?
Mhm.
And at that instance, what do you do?
Mhm.
Does it mean calling the therapist? Does it mean calling the cops? What will it take to be able to save that individual's life?
Mhm.
So again, I go where DJ Kingdom talk.
Mhm.
We really need that professional help. We need people that where they don't really get extensive training in this area.
Mhm.
But there we say, okay, now the things and this way you need, for be on the lookout for.
Mhm.
And if you see these signs, then uh call professionals, right?
Yeah, yeah. You want to talk on one thing that I was just about to say, which is a common thing about people who are suicidal, is withdrawal. I think that's one of the first things. Like I was just trying to read about this topic yesterday, even though I don't have time to read about all of it. That's one of the clear signs. You see someone, someone who has been outgoing this and that, but they come sometimes the person just cool. Then they talk. Those are the time where you need to talk to that person. Say, hey, I say, "But man, Alpha, why you no come for this thing today? Or why you come for this? Why you just don't for this or this and that?" I'm actually good at doing things like that, especially people who I know that I normally know that go out. I guess my apartment where he no joke like for come out ready for in a Cameroon, but he at the ever call all time, anytime event call. The man come out. You need to come out and mingle with people. Don't just sit in the house. He doesn't like going out. You see, but that one is not like I've seen any signs of anything else in him. I think he's just a very a homebody. He just doesn't like to go out. So I already know that that's his nature. If it's someone that I know that is the person to be an outgoing person, this and that, whether male or female, after a while I see the person is just cool, the person is not interested in doing things. Now for the way you study. Then now you're talking about that thing that if someone calls you and says something, you're going to call a professional. With me, what I do in that case, and especially what I've learned is that the first thing, those people usually want someone to talk to. So a lot of time it's just for you to just sit and listen. Just let them rant.
Yeah.
I've had even some Cameroonian lady here, without mentioning her name. Her biggest thing that brings her depression right now. She makes a lot of money, but she's by herself. So she regrets that she's not create a family early on.
Early on, yeah.
She regrets she not create a family early on. She has had 4 failed engagements. Yeah, she has had 4 failed engagements. She regrets that she not have a family early on, but she's a business owner. She makes a lot of money, but she's by herself. Mhm. So there have been times that she had just called me, and he's talking and crying. I'm just listening. I'm just listening. No, 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 oh my,
That wants to want to know that.
Single people like we call and make
You did advertise.
Sorry, I don't be single. Man, I don't be single.
You know, you want to talk. The woman never comment.
We don't hear. That's so cool.
So the woman, so she calls and she told them that she's ranting. Then another bad thing is that sometimes she's even ranting more about the men who left her.
Yeah. So,
but I've not yet spoken to her that since I don't want to add on to the depression she has about it, I've not yet spoken to her about that. If your marriages keep failing, then it is not the men, it's you.
no, you don't do that.
Because I've seen that thing. Because that's also something with those people when they are ranting those things that are really making them depressed. You just want to listen more than try to add fire onto it. You see, no?
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm doing outside the morning, is to listen, just to let her get it out. Sometimes people just want to get the thing out. Yeah, so just listen. They're talking. Say, oh, master. Oh, wow. Sorry about this and that. Yeah, you want to say something?
So,
At that point, we back up artists.
No, you're just letting them rant you out because you know that kind of stuff. That when you
Yeah.
hold it, you just want to say it. You don't necessarily want someone to give feedback, but you just want to say it out.
Yes.
You want to say it.
I want to say like when you start talk say they probably just need somebody to listen to them, right? All we come from my head now, woman.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to
Yeah.
a woman because men them most of the time we internalize and we feel it will be tough to handle these things, right?
Yeah.
So for me, right, because you will get in trouble with your woman, say which woman, would
No,
woman will listen to all this
he
time.
actually know the person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as I talk, so he know the person who I talk about.
Okay, so for me, right.
No, my woman, he talk. I say, my
Okay.
woman, yeah.
So for me, right,
safe,
the best option would have been. I mean, you already mentioned, say she's a businesswoman, she's making money, right? Refer a therapist. Where if you can give one free session and then because therapists they go by they get paid for their services. So and a therapist, somebody that's trained to listen to her and give solutions, give her assignments, will help her much more better than you can because I don't think be therapist.
No.
So like try for figure out if I think we have Cameroonian therapists, but that's the problem too though. We no one bring one on because the person go on feel like say Eddie expose himself. So a Cameroon therapist we find another maybe an African American therapist, a white therapist, any other person, if you talk for the person better, make it understand itself. Because the first thing with all of this depression and what do you call it? Mental health.
Mental health.
I don't want to call it mental health, but
Yes.
I'll not be professional.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
This always come up. Like we have businesses in the community, we have people doing things. Professionals, we many other communities you trust them. We get people that they work for hospitals, the biggest hospitals, and for year we get people around us where they work for them and all of that. So every other community trust them for do whatever thing they want to do, but we always get this comment say for our community, people they fear for come for the man because the information are like, should that really be a concern? Like we really get to worry about that, start educating our people about why we should trust these people, or maybe
for medical professionals, right, they'll understand about HIPAA laws, right? Say if you disclose patient information. If I don't say you will disclose my information as a licensed professional, a licensed healthcare professional, right? Me personally, I can come for you, so you disclose, I'm assuming you get a lot of money, right? That's another way of getting rich, is suing people. So you can actually just make our community. I think those professionals have to, like I've done the talk before, educate our community, tell them that we can never do this. We can never disclose your information because it's a potential lawsuit and losing a license, not just license, but you can actually make a lot of money if I disclose your information. If people know that, they'll be able to confide in professionals that and as I talked before, right, they don't really have to just go to professionals that are our own. They can go to other professionals that are not the Cameroonian community or African community. But yes, I think our people still need a lot of education, especially when they start thinking that people that will tear my business out there. And for those of us that are not professionals, I just want to say, make the people that feel close to us trust us that much that they know that their information is not going to get out there.
Yeah.
If I don't tell you something today, I hear them from another person. I don't want to tell you any other thing.
Yeah.
So build that trust. If person tells you a secret, please keep it a secret.
Yeah. I say one of the highest things that I do is I just check someone's change in their demeanor, like their outgoingness, or if I just know somebody who rarely goes out, I keep inviting them, come out. Because also just even being by yourself all the time, it's making you just focus only on your own thoughts. But at least when you go out and mingle with people, you can mix it. Then let's say now in a case where someone is already giving suicidal signs, talking about it, but people are not taking it serious. How do I feel about that? like Cameroon's first daughter, Brenda Bia.
Scary.
Yes, that girl, she's suicidal.
That's scary.
But people are not taking it serious because her father is a billionaire and she has millions of dollars. She lives here in LA. But I'm one of the people who's actually taking it serious, but people are not taking it serious. Do you have do you have any say on that, Bodika? It's because, of course, because she has all of the money in the world, she's saying things, people are not taking it serious. But I'm actually taking, I'm saying this girl, people are going to wake up one day when she has blown her head off. So it looks like she's in bad terms with her father. It looks like only her mother that she's in good terms with. I think it looks like her father, from the thing that she constantly posting about, he doesn't want to talk to her father anymore. Or her brothers, is only her mother that she can confide in. She doesn't want to go back to the presidential palace in Cameroon, and she's saying suicidal things, and people are not taking it serious. So, what you think say be the cause of this type of thing? Like, why wouldn't you take it serious? Why most
That one.
people?
Okay, for that one, right?
King go first, but
For that one, I would think that Brenda is, as you mentioned, they get a lot of financial resources that can really help her. I would say is, if she's confiding in the mother more,
Mhm.
right? The mother should be the one to be able to contact
If
the health, not even the father, the healthcare professional that's
okay,
taking care of her, because I know she's probably being taken care of health wise.
yes,
She has a doctor, right?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
The mother should be able to contact the doctor and be like, hey, my daughter has been saying these things to me, please, can you address this when you're talking to her? Because believe me, any person, most people, they trust their doctors more than they trust anybody else out here, because doctor and a person really tell you, say, you need to fix this or else this will happen. This, so if the mother can have access to the doctor and tell the doctor that, hey, my daughter has been talking about this, please handle this, that will. But I don't know how that is going on in the background. We are not that close to her. We just seen that thing the way they post her online, and those things she's posting online to keep her what do you call it, her
Notoriety.
to keep your presence online,
So the thing I say, the thing I say now, that's the thing. People are feeling like it's to keep her notoriety, but I'm taking it serious. You want to talk on the
yeah,
agenda?
no, I want to say, I think to me, right, the way I look at it be an indication, say nobody no be immune
Yep.
to
Yep.
mental health or depression,
Yep.
anxiety and all these things, right?
Yep.
I again, one thing with DJ King talk here, and I say we no be that close to Brenda, we will probably be able for maybe influence or impact the outcome somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
If more say within our community as well, somebody will be close to,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Regardless whether they get the money or they don't get money,
Mm-hmm.
we all be susceptible to mental illness. And the only thing again where I think we'll need for continue for harm, and I say, based on the situation where you face with, find the right professional where will be able to help you address that situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to get comfortable to a point where you be okay for discuss. If you talk online, I think say it be, if he also be able to express them to I don't know what they call those people, whether that's psychologists or psychiatrists or whatever.
Therapist.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Those people, therapists,
Yeah.
right?
You get plenty
It be,
numbers.
yeah, if you talk online, you feel be able to also talk with the therapist. I mean, the therapists help
Mhm.
you forget better,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, I don't really know. Now the only thing now I feel really suggest that.
Yeah, it did say the thing I say from the way the child been brought up, it looked like it did say they became too strong hate. Sometimes online you see things, you can gauge someone's character from the way the person acts online or does, you know. So it looks like the child she's also, well, one thing that she has said that she has social anxiety. Then she's also kind of a reserved person. So she actually likes being by herself a lot. So I doubt that she's even going to listen and say that um, that she'll go and talk to somebody really. Like DJ King is going to have to be someone to come and try to talk to her. But from the way she's acting online, it looks like she just doesn't want to listen to anybody. Then again, talking about the social anxiety that she has, I totally understand why she has that. It's because of the way she has grown up.
Right.
She has been all of her life. She has been shielded, so she has not learned how to be around people. She said that she cannot be around too many people for too long. She starts panicking. She starts saying,
Panicking. Yeah.
of course, being the daughter of a president, things like that. Then because who your father is, your father has to protect you for all of your life. So you grow up not being comfortable being around people. So that keeps her a lot by herself. So when she stays even more by herself, she stays more again in her thoughts and all those stuff things. So again, just as you talking, I think it's going to be her mother to help by talking to someone, like you say, her doctor, because all man must visit doctor.
Yeah, I'm always doctor. Yeah.
If no one talk with any person, the time we want to go visit doctor, then after the doctor, even though the doctor no be like the therapist, at least the doctor now can now find
refer you to a
Send it
therapist.
out to the right person.
Yeah.
Some person don't ask kind of like a question or statement. People they transfer aggression from father to her. Reason they don't take her serious or maybe she needs help. Now my question would be now: is it really fair to do that? Yeah, my question would be now. My question would be now: is it really fair? Is it really fair for people to do that as in because of his status or treat her like okay, you not get any problem and
it's not fair, but unfortunately, it's not easy to not do it.
Yeah.
It's not fair, but unfortunately, it's not easy to not do it. All man will say, "Your pa, don't do something, never come on." Now, nobody can get to him. So now, you people are the ones who are the scapegoat.
Yeah.
And she's made herself available also to be victimized, right?
Yes.
So he puts himself out there. Most say truly, if he did get that online presence, it will be a little bit difficult for Put and for Richie. One thing where me I don't to come to realize and I say, if you eat your cake and have it, right? If you put something out there for social media, the expectation I say it be a public thing, right? So no post something online and then when the comments then start coming, start act a certain way. If you control it, how somebody will react to it. If you feel they're on vacation, enjoy yourself, you post them online, people that will come, so one will come where they enjoy, they'll be like, hey, you're having fun. So that man will come, where the Insta kind of come blast you. So just get that expectation, say, as you put that out there, it's in the public, and the public opinion, if it be negative, if it be positive.
DK, you think they will stop that thing, like talk about the fairness of she receiving hate because of her father? You think that is something that can stop? You think that there's anything you can do about it?
I mean, well, first of all, our community, like you don't talk and say, if people cannot get to your father, the closest thing they can get to your father is you.
Yeah.
So, of course, our community now understand you. The closest person we he ever help you, na mommy as I talk for call, whoever in need for call for happy daughter, right? Social media or the court of public opinion, they help anybody. Don't expect your case to be judged over there, because you will try for the proof yourself every time.
Another
but
thing,
it's not
talking
working.
and be considering that's actually a young adolescent. So
Yeah.
all of them want to be on social media.
Yeah,
you cannot keep that child away from social media.
Yeah,
So
you cannot.
consider in that case that she cannot stay away from social media.
Yeah. I mean, social media na a wild west, like place where anybody, anything is trying to go. People do crazy things on there to get famous. So when somebody see you doing certain things on there, they're like, yeah, the person just try for get fame. People don't really put much thought into what you're doing online on that social media, be it Facebook, whatever. People, they are just looking at it like, oh, this person is just trying to get views, get likes and all of that. If you really get something serious, social media is not the place to go and try to solve it. But well, if you don't have any other places to go, drop it on social media. There might be somebody there that will help you, but also know that there's somebody there that's going to hurt you. So you on social media, at times, one person told me one time that if you become famous, maybe on YouTube, Facebook, wherever, don't read the comments.
Yeah, especially
don't read the comments.
Yeah,
post it and go. You
yeah,
just air out and go. Somebody else that really cares about you will see that and call you. Not those comment section. Nobody there is there to help you. They're trying to get their own spot on there.
When she cannot stay away from social media. She's a young adolescent. I don't know if is she even 20 yet, or she's probably not more than 21. Then again, given the fact that I would say she has social anxiety, she doesn't mix with people. That's
the social media. Okay, I mean, I think we can also agree that the social media is not helping, right? Not just in her case, but I would say with regular, not so famous children. I think, like DJ King said, that place is wild. Even for an adult, sometimes it can also make you anxious.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Yeah.
imagine for someone that is younger that
Mhm.
hasn't really attained a certain level of maturity.
Mhm.
And then now, as a parent as well, I'm, thinking, okay, the next generation is coming up. How do we prepare these children to be able to deal with these things that, some of us are still trying to figure out ourselves?
Mhm.
Right. And just having them have that understanding that, that not everybody out there likes you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. And even if they might be giving you a thumbs up, it doesn't really mean that they like you.
Mhm.
Right. And then also your satisfaction or your worth should not be tied to how many likes you get on social media.
Mhm.
Know that you have people that truly love you. They might
Mhm.
not necessarily express it on social media, but they're out here and they
Mhm.
really love you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And this,
It's just education. When Abia cannot, then of course you know that child is actually growing up more American than Cameroonian.
of course, if you grow up for America,
Yeah.
I don't know Cameroon mentality.
He's actually growing up more American. Like even when
Yeah.
he talk English, he did say na black American. It looked like she can even speak English better than French. Yeah. So she
Hopefully,
cannot stay away from that thing.
I want to tell our viewers and say, if they share this, let it get to her. If we would like her
Yeah.
to call in here
Exactly.
and tell us what
Yeah.
is going on, right?
Yeah.
If
Yep.
we are able to get her to call in and tell the
Mhm.
community that, hey, this thing I'm going through is actually true,
Mhm.
or not just me trying to get
Mhm.
numbers out. And, I mean,
That's good. That's a great point.
because we cannot really tell what she's going through if she's not present with us.
Mhm.
But going back to our community, we just really need our people them for being able for trust each other, for tell those things, those stories that touch,
Mhm.
those things that when they really hamburg them inside, at least get one person where if he confide in. And if you know say be person with people that feel confide on you,
Mhm.
please try and get those resources that will help those people.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose another person.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about it, depression topic, if we talk about the whole day. But it's again, as I've said, it's going to be an ongoing topic. It's something that is very important. Mental health is very important. So more go for another topic before we spend 2 hours. Recently, another unfortunate accident. A boat capsided. A boat that was bringing Cameroonian migrants, taking them from Antigua, trying to get them onto somewhere that their eventual destination was to get onto South American soil. And of course, their ultimate destination was to come here. Except they die for kind of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really no, it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. So wait till you talk or person where a gay person among those who were unfortunately lost. I think they say about 15. Is it about 15 Cameroonians? Yeah.
The number keep change. I don't know whether if you say one some death is more painful than another death, right? But not a very tragic thing will happen. Many years ago, somebody would say, there's heaven and then there is America, and then all the other countries coming up in that order. But yeah, America. I mean, every time I get a topic, I feel like if we branch out into many different areas,
Yes,
but I
definitely.
think we to the people the way they don't be will be for America, would it maybe somehow also contribute for portray a certain image of America where they even want to attract people then more to America, right? But that notwithstanding, in any situation of migration, we get both the factors that it push people away and the factors where they pull people. So, and in the case of Cameroon, we get both, right? Because of the instability for Cameroon and perhaps the lack of opportunities. Them, plenty of people don't graduate, if you get jobs. But in any case, like we'd already established, when we lost life, especially young, ambitious individuals, right? Not only you don't affect the future, but even maybe the present, right? In a situation where family don't gather, put resources together, say it's go ahead, we count on you, right? And then for that kind of thing to happen, it'd be a very painful thing. And I don't know if words will ever really comfort somebody where you don't lose a loved one, right? Again, not a very very tragic, not very very tragic thing.
Yeah, man. I know a lot. I think that the capitalist nature of America, uh, America not being a land of kings and queens, you can become a king today if you want to become a king.
Mm.
So that attracts a lot of people, and Cameroon will be excluded, right? And people take a lot of risks to get here.
Mhm.
And as we said, the loss of any life is I don't know how to put them into perspective, but it hurts, especially if you're not really close to that family. You might not really know what they've gone through to have that person go
Yeah.
take that route.
Yeah.
And coming through a boat, bro, is still a lot of money, and not just money. Losing somebody, it's a lot.
Mhm.
And I just want to say why people then when they take such routes, just be very cautious. I don't know how cautious or how you can prepare for something like this. It's really hard. You cannot really prepare for something like that.
Mhm.
That on a boat capside, it could be a plane crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You even coming legitimately, it could happen anywhere. It could happen in the skies as well.
Mm.
So I don't want to make people that start thinking, oh, not just because they one come that through boat with that thing. No, it's an accident that happened, and it could happen to anybody, regardless of what route you took. And the loss of life is always something very tragic and very sad.
Yeah, it's really an unfortunate situation. So the whole thing, really, what happened is that these people, they I'm actually saying a story because I know of some people who actually want to follow this line. In fact,
Yeah.
there's some young man who was lucky to not have. He almost could have taken this boat. So it's a story. Of course, like I said, now people then for pay where they want come for.
Yeah.
So they work with agents. They take a plane from Nigeria and go to one of these island countries. They live in one of the island countries, then find a way to go to South American soil. Then from South American soil, they walk an road. So hundreds of Cameroonians were taken to Antigua. It's it's an it's an it's an island,
Mhm.
and it looked like they were abandoned there. Their agent did not keep their full part of the deal to take them from there to South America, because the country that they had to enter into South America is having issues with Cameroonians coming there and getting stuck. And not only Cameroonians but West Africans in general. They come there, and when they get stuck, like their money finish, they get now on the streets, and they are literally in the streets. Like, of course, it increases the homelessness in that country. Then some of them started resorting to things like things they're not supposed to do to make
Yeah.
money, because when hungry do you can do almost anything to find food. So that's what made, and the country in South America started resisting West Africans and Cameroonians in particular from getting in. So that's why those agents were not able to move them from that island. That's actually one of the biggest reasons why the agents were not
Yeah.
able to move them from that island. You see, because of the issue. So it could look as if the agents abandoned them there. It's what the agent did is that they probably did not do enough to find an ulterior country to send them there. The agents were just waiting and hoping that their South American port of entry was going to open up to those West Africans. That they were taking too long, they don't open up. So those Cameroonians stayed there for months. For months, you see. Then now, of course, when they started hearing of cases, someone said, hey, I can bring a boat and people can use that boat and be going to the different islands and approaching South America, this and that. You see, over time that they've been there, they have spent all of their money. People become desperate because that's not their destination. Their destination is Antigua. Their destination is Africa for here. And one of the biggest steps for Paysan one can for here is to enter South American soil. Once you enter South American soil, say you must reach Mexico. You walk and
jump fence.
you must enter.
Yeah.
So when you go live for island, place where they for there, then only ocean there around. That one is worse. So after those Cameroonians being there for months and months, they become desperate. Then you come and say they came and found someone who just charged them like a few hundreds of dollars to take them to different islands until they come and reach South America. So that's where they took it. And unfortunately, there was a woman too there with her baby. I don't know whether they recovered her baby, but her baby fell in the water. And she was in the boat crying, my baby. Yeah. I was even surprised that she herself did not jump into the water. There is that type of thing. That's really the case.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's a
saw videos. Yeah,
video. Yeah,
there's a video. Yeah,
there's a video that was shared online.
No, no,
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
We-
It's horrible. Yeah.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Mexico Road, is it a blessing or a curse?
We can't know.
we- okay. So for me, right,
Yeah.
I think say one of the reasons why people they leave country, they try to go to another country, not just because our country is not providing those
Exactly. Yeah.
the security that I think the most thing where people they ever need in their country as citizens is provide them first with security,
Mhm.
and people would thrive. Like in America, no be government. I don't know any of us who ever did work for government.
Mm-mm.
We work with the private sector for if the best thing that our government can do is provide that security, let people thrive, let people do their thing safely. Because most of these people coming is not just because they have so much money they want to travel to America. You know, it's because even with that much money that they have, because taking those routes is not cheap.
It's very expensive.
It's not
People
cheap.
don't know.
It's not cheap. And if you take that money, the problem with Cameroon is if you gather even that money, say, okay, let me just start something in this country. Some person from taxation can't just look you today, decide say you are going out of business and tax you out of business. Charge you all the money just to close your shop. Let's say you are even trying to be buy and sell them. They'll come, they can just literally tax you out of what you're doing. So the biggest blame I put is on the government, on the country's government not being able to provide this security for the people to thrive. People don't really need the government to do them anything else. Just provide them security.
In fact, just as DJ King is saying, even the people who suffered the boat capside and this and that, you know, they say they don't spend money. Those people have spent thousands of dollars
A lot.
to get the money that. Like I'm saying that I even know more details about it is because I actually know someone who was on that exact route. The person just missed by a little. The person was fortunate to actually leave before those people leave. So I'm able to know more details because he was in that exact country and had to leave. And they actually tried to get him on a certain boat before. I don't know whether it was this kind of boat. I'm saying that it might have been this type of boat. The person had already spent up to now. The person had already spent like $7,000.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he had not entered South American soil. So even if they capsize, you know they say that because they want to go back, say, hey, I beg my enter for the boat. People have already spent hard-earned money. People have borrowed money. People have sold land, sold their businesses, say they want to enter. Yeah. And just like saying, people will say a business for them because when you want to do the business, government don't leave them.
Government don't leave them.
Yeah. So this one is an ongoing. It's really
very tough. This thing.
Yeah.
I think. Now, as you asked the question, right? Is it a blessing or a curse? I think that's what you said. I'll talk for myself. I know feel in good conscience, knowing where to know and hearing the stories of people the way they don't go through that route for come here. Even the one the way they successfully enter, right? And I know feel in good conscience tell somebody, say, take this road. I know if you tell anybody may take that road, to me, right? If I feel like I signed that person up for death, really,
it's
right?
Risky.
I don't hear the stories. Then why I don't hear for people where they don't make through, going through the rainforest, and I know people then personally as well where they don't make them. You understand? Where they die?
Really?
Yes.
Personally?
Yes, I know people them personally where they die. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. You know how many people really don't die?
No. I know
people them personally, right?
Personally, where they don't make them.
Where they don't make them. Yeah, one of them drowned on his way here, right? So you don't even need to go far. Just ask around our community here. You go hear different people with their stories. You understand? Now women are being raped, people are being abandoned, people they did die. Like you see person, there is nothing you can do about a person. You just have to. You way the strong, you still be strong, you just continue on your way to go. Right? And so that person will eventually die. You understand? So again, I don't get an opportunity for listen to some ladies that really become true. Where they become through that Mexico road, right? The stories the way they tell me. I mean, I look at them now different. Like I get a different level of respect for them just because of way they go through. Right. And then not only that, even now it be easy, a little bit easier. Once you get in the border, they process you quicker. But back then when they come, they take them, put them for a warehouse and all of that. Yeah. bro, again, now me, I no go tell you say follow that route, right? If another road they will fit, find and for you for enter it, so we'll find that road. But for tell you say, it's a pass through Mexico, me I no go advise anybody made one.
From I guess my own answer was going to be different from Agent, but now I've understood that it's based on what you have seen and what you know. That's why, because as you talk about it, they go the blessing or a curse. It's a blessing that there's a way that people have, because that people have succeeded in coming through that route and they're flourishing here. If the route was not there, there's a high chance they are not going to be here. Because of course, any man who go find visa, but will know how he had, the millions of people are being rejected in embassies every day trying to come to this America who day for this. So people don't try over and over in a worker. No other way, this is the only way that they have. People have gotten very desperate. So to me, there is that blessing that is even this way. It's just that people have just to be aware that it's extremely risky. It's extremely risky. So I was struck with Dan because Dan knows people personally. Because me, I know that people have not made it, but I don't know anyone personally. You see, that's why in my own mindset is more of, if someone person want to take the water, you need to be extremely cautious and even physically fit and all that stuff. And of course, you're working in a group, all against you. So mental wise, but to me overall, it is a blessing. Because like I said, I know people who have come through that world and they're flourishing here very well. I actually have my elder brother who is in Maryland who came here like 2 years ago from that same road. But I say he can't eat this.
So I want to say, right, like I know people them, both male and female, where they don't, where they be very close to me, where they don't come through the same route. And when I talk to them one on one, deep down, they tell me, say, bro, if you have any person you love, don't let them go through that road. They tell me straight up, say, if you like any person, don't push them through that road. I say, I'll be telling you, say, when I start telling them, say, well, I told you as much when you're still back home. The problem, I say, person back home not gonna understand what you did talk until they go through that, right? Until they feel it. The people that don't go through that route, they could tell you, say, I no go tell you, I won't advise my brother that follows me to be coming through that route. We'll look for a different route. I had somebody that got sick along that way. They had to see a doctor along the way, right? All those things. I'm not going into like all the other things, but it's not easy. And those people that way they travel with call agents or whatever, you are at their mercy. They can decide that they are not following any law, any rule, right? They do whatever they want whenever they want. Which other option you get? Nothing. So, like I said, it goes back to our own country. Cameroon is a beautiful place. If they can just let people have that security to do, to be able to thrive. When I don't yet think about things we can do back home to make money, bro, I'm like, I wish there was security. I'm just going back home because there's so much potential.
For a country to make it in our country, you need a connection, and you need to already have money from somewhere. Then how are you going to get the money to start with? The way I realize in Cameroon is just like people that really there outside in the diaspora. If you get some money, you go start for the, you be a connection them. That is it. So that someone will just come to me and say, hey, this land that you bought is somebody's land. See me come where you buy a land or a kind of thing. So for that you need to be connection to even defend something that you have legally gotten.
Exactly. And some of those things where they mentioned that the government has to really be a government. It's not a government, man. It's I don't know what is going on. Like how people they sell land to multiple people and that the same government decide a document, the land document.
Exactly.
How is that even possible?
How? Exactly. And this goes back now.
You don't trust the government.
You cannot.
Exactly.
You cannot. And this goes back to that thing, to the reason now why people don't have pity on Brenda Bia, because her father is the head of that government.
Imagine.
So it'll be difficult for people to have pity on her, even though I'm one of the few people who have pity on her. But it'll be difficult. I cannot blame Cameroonians for not having pity on her, because her father runs that government that do. And I was saying people cannot touch her father. Wait, you cannot blame people. No.
Because what they're doing is wrong.
I cannot blame them
no one
because
to Brenda.
Yeah.
I say no one related to Brenda, but the whole government is
bad. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very okay for the government to be bad, but me personally, I don't believe in transfer the sins of the father to the kids.
Don't be so Bible talker.
No, that's Bible. That's
So
No, the thing that you
the thing I
cannot
say-
keep it away. You
yeah,
cannot
it
keep
be
it away.
hard, right? Now,
Mhm.
now one thing I talk say, if you control the reaction when you will get them for people there. If you
Yeah.
only state your own position, right?
Mhm.
And your position I say made a no blame Brenda for the
Mhm.
sins of her father.
Mhm.
Right. Unfortunately, if you blame
It takes-
26 million Cameroonians
Yeah,
or however
exactly.
many will be,
Exactly.
if you keep them from blaming her
Yep.
for the sins of the father.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And well, I don't know Brenda personally. I need to really follow you on
Then-
social media. I make
Okay.
one comment. I beg.
Okay.
I don't know whether Brenda don't necessarily come out sympathize with Cameroonians or if you don't, on different things, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Crisis is only go on for Northwest and Southwest region for quite some time now. I don't know whether I don't use this platform
Mhm.
to talk, say, you know what? I stand with my brothers and sisters in the Northwest that are being
Exactly.
slaughtered.
Mhm.
Right. And over here I'm yet, maybe don't do them, I don't know.
Mhm.
So if you want earn sympathy,
Mhm.
You have to
perhaps
show sympathy.
show some sympathy. So
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe it's harsh, but
Yeah.
No,
it's true.
No, from you saying that, I feel like me too. I don't understand better.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, all we are human being.
Mhm.
You understand?
Mhm.
The same to you to go and just through some psychological thing. If you say your parents they get money,
Mhm.
where if you pay for and you get well.
Mhm.
People they go through horrible things. They like it. Once you mention no, so for me, I was like, okay, I think say some people they even get right for.
Yeah.
Me too. I feel understand the people in as much I know validate what they do, or I know encourage them to continue do them. But
Mhm.
then too they probably come down from that place. Okay, I be lost my this, they be
Yeah.
behead my auntie, they be do this, they be do
Mhm.
this. What are you
Mhm.
doing?
Mhm.
Can you talk to your dad? Can you
Mhm.
talk to the government? Can you get a platform? Use them.
Imagine.
King
Yeah.
Idele, you want to talk something?
No, I want to say people that have lost somebody
Mhm.
in what is going on in Cameroon now
Mhm.
will never
They
sympathize
cannot sympathize with
with
her.
her because
Mm,
with
they
you,
cannot.
you get a money issue, right? You get money, you don't know how to spend it. That's what the
No,
problem
they
is.
cannot sympathize with
They
her.
will not.
They cannot.
So the only reason why we bring up her now because of the community
Yes.
here, the people that are here already.
Yeah.
In Cameroon, I not even talk about therapy and mental health in
In
Cameroon
Cameroon,
because
It's almost inexistent.
bro, I don't even know how some people survive. Like
tell
my
you.
sister,
Yep.
my sister yesterday showed me the scenes of an accident. I'm like, why are you standing there? What are you
And
doing
then
there?
you're looking at it,
It's
wow.
trauma,
So
man.
why
That
are
is
you-
level
yeah.
of trauma.
And they say, why are you? I can't watch this video.
Ha.
Like I tell my wife, say, oh, there was an accident in Buya today. I know if you show you the video, then I know if you show you the video. But my sister is right there.
The way our community gets with sharing these things, I don't know whether they consider some of we or the just say maybe because they had the strong. Like, I want you to open my phone for some forum. They don't just post the pictures, the videos.
Everything, bro.
You did get PTSD, you get nightmare.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some person be say, all Cameroonians they go through it, post traumatic something.
Or
Yeah,
PTSD.
post-traumatic
They
stress
say
Yeah.
all
disorder.
man for Cameroon will go through some serious therapy if we
Yeah.
ever change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think natural, well, maybe naturally too, right? When you think about our upbringing, the way we will grow up, certain things back in the day, right? You talk about bullying. Most of we probably get bullied along the way, right? But for maybe back then we just thought it was part of life. So not cross your mind, say my kill myself because I did be bullied, right? But here or now, even for Cameroon self, I would like to think say probably the way we're picking and be raised now, they know if we handle the same level of bullying where we be handled, right? And then that also goes with like the accidents in where you talk about. Over time, certain things and they way I know if you just watch them, right? I know if you just look. I mean, I somehow I stumbled across those videos as well, and when I saw that stuff, man, I was the thing shake me and it disturbed me for the entire day, right? But for most people, people then just stand along, I watch the videos, I see people then just stand along the road, and they look the videotape, this thing. It almost seemed normal to them, but for me, no be something that way. I would take a normal, just ordinary, right? So environment also the help for shape, the way we will be resilient to certain things, then, and time to the change. Like now, I don't become soft. I know if you handle those things anymore, right?
Yeah.
You are picking the now to be softer than than we.
That thing talking about you don't become soft. I totally understand it. You have become more mm, em- is it empathetic and
Possibly.
more. I'm saying because that's happened to me too,
Mhm.
and especially as we have come here, we have understood life from a different perspective. That there are certain things that are not supposed to be normal. Meanwhile, for us back home, it looks normal. But when we come here, we see that these things are not normal. So when we're still here and we're seeing that those people see those things normal, to us it has now become abnormal. Meanwhile, people back home, you know. So I totally understand like what you're saying when it's hard to watch your stuff videos. Even if the same thing, it's the same thing with me. Master, you want to talk about all the unfortunate situations will come on, so you know, we'll
Was
fit in
there
with the whole day. I don't
Cameroon
know.
who big topic
More
where
more take small break.
Mhm.
Musical break. I don't know. More listen la piro. Now be talk about. Now you do one more. Now you do one. We don't talk about beer.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the
That's
thing
the
that
pressure,
happen. More
Yeah,
listen la piro more. And then when we come back, we'll talk about the game will happen. Cameroon, Namibia, and the whole sports situation.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Sounds good.
But give me what's up with the game? Who win?
I think mute us.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't meet man. Yeah, Mosh, we'll share the video now. You sure you didn't know? You get time, right? Okay.
La vérité est un repas que l'on ne retrouve jamais à la table des menteurs. Afin que ceux-ci la retrouvent malgré eux dans leur cerveau, je jure de chanter la vérité et rien que la vérité. Bon, brass before they make me, but I will brass, that's all. Baisse de salaire, na you. Arriéré, na you. Compression du personnel, na you. Licenciement, na you. Privatisation, na you. Liquidation, na so you. Other Jim Long for Coco for Noado, na you. For beginning for that time where you be lancé qui the girl from Boko, you say other vous for grand camarade. Ba bien de tel, and ba bien de femme kolobo si disappear. What for me I be comprend say do how Johnny Paul footballers come da many long and a carton for this country. Now with this today, Conde don't vote for inside tunnel. So that we don't matter go have statut particulier for membres privilégiés pour PPTE, pays pauvres très endettés. Situation non ham. Répète de non fit assurer éducation pour des mouna de Megan. Conséquence, boys de non ton attaquant, gardem na ninja. For Sika over Ephraim, small church hunger for 14 ans, they don't begin agresser ma piqué pour Carrefour. Quel est naïsement resté de non ton amour par excellence des chômeurs. Du peuple de non changer statut.
La Piro, unaye mutumbo. Ye mutumbo. Okay. Thank you for listening to our music break. Now, yeah, legendary music artist like Piro the manga. Unfortunately, we'll not give. I know I really hear some serious person. That's what they do. Keep under his genre of music, you know. But yeah, we'll talk about one more topic. Cameroon game that happened a few days ago. Cameroon can lost to Namibia. The Cameroon will beat Brazil, who lost to Namibia. Isn't that you watch that game?
Unfortunately, I never watched the game, so
At least you don't be getting stressed.
I don't get the stress, man. I don't know if you handle that kind of stress. No way.
DJ King.
I'll follow the game, but I don't watch them because I know one talks. I know one just start talking more fire some people then, but
You don't talk.
I know one start talking some more fire some people then. I don't know why they be put current coach just because you've been a good player doesn't mean that you can coach. You know, I don't know. I don't even. I think somebody said it online somewhere that he's better off being a supermodel than a coach.
I watched the game. I watched the whole game. I never miss Cameroon game. The Cameroon national team, the senior team, that's the only team that I truly support. You know, all the team where they go watch Real Madrid, Barcelona, this and that, and people are betting and having emotion for something. The only one team that I watch that truly support is this particular team. their team A, so I always watch all of their games. So I watched the game, and of course we lost, which is a horrible thing. The first match we gave them, we draw. The second match, we lost. The organization in the team was not the best. The organization they play was not the best. First of all, it's not something as so the one big point come on and say we're not consistent in our results and performance.
Yeah.
Cameroon is notorious, like we spoke last week, for playing according to our opponents. We know Morocco. See how Morocco is persistently having good performances now. Morocco recently won Brazil after the exploit that had in the World Cup. But Cameroon don't win Brazil. With the way we play Brazil, if we are consistent in that type of play, no African team can win us except the way Morocco is playing now. Not even Senegal.
One thing I want to say now, every day as a team like that, or might just call them as a business when you're going out there. Every day, might put them in like in the American context, should be a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If you know win A, B, C, win, get into the finals. So every day get to the enter field as it's a war. I have to win this. Put in your team A every day. There's no point using team B today if you don't have a match tomorrow. Like you're gonna get enough time for rest. Why don't you just use all the resources to win this? Like it's supposed to be war every day you enter field. Not be say, oh, today not only Namibia will play, so we don't really care much, we can beat them. And no, every day is supposed to be in a war. If you're going out there to win, if you want to win, every game is supposed to be. If you take the American football for example, Tom Brady he play for some certain game, then say, oh no, this one is just a friendly game. Every day you are going to the field, you are going to win. You are going to say, I need to increase my number of scores today, because at the end of the year, I'm calculating, I'm summing, okay, this year I had this many scores, So, no, be that thing say, oh, not only Namibia, not only, no. Why? How we fit beat Brazil? Like, what win we don't get since we win Brazil?
So now B team play the game or Weti di Happen where Cameroon lost the game?
Now A team play the game.
A team play and 8.
But it's just like again, like I'm saying, Cameroon is notorious, even regardless of our coach. I remember now for which whether a World Cup qualification on a African Champions League qualification where Cameroon had bad performances in such a way that they had some 5 matches to go that they had to win every single match, both home and away. And they won every single match.
World Cup qualification, World Cup for probably South Africa. We beat Gabon,
I think we even Cote d'Ivoire, other team, So Cameroon is notorious, even regardless of the coach. You see, even the way they blame some, even regardless of the coach, Cameroon, for some reason, our mentality was notorious for performing best under stress. Like we had 5 games to play. I think like 3 at home, 2 away. That we could not draw even one. And we won all of those 5. Because they put us in that type of tight situation. So now Cameroon, they won't go play, but they go play fine. They won't play Namibia, will say, no, this and that. Even though the team A. So I don't know what is it about the mentality of our team.
Now, why that we even, because I know you just blame the players, right? If that team A, if that team A they play, the coach now support now person I look up to tell them that this one a war. We cannot let these people beat us today. And the players, they you cannot just go into laissez-faire on a small team, because this team they come for winner, like they know when I beat Brazil. They come for war. You should be prepared for them. Like don't just show up like, oh yeah, we beat Brazil, we can beat. No, every day, like your opponent, they ever prepare based off of your previous wins, right? If I'm your opponent, I'm not looking at your losses. I'm looking at what did he do to win that. So Cameroon winning Brazil, that was supposed to be their playbook. They were supposed to take the same strategy when they win Brazil, make it be a standard that every game we play, we're going to play it this way and we have to win it. So
it's unfortunate. I don't know when the Cameroonian national team is going to change that mindset. And the highest thing we even vex me about it, not be even over the loss. Now the fact say small Namibia or Canada, it was they win Cameroon.
Of course.
Imagine some person who knows if you tap you every day, even for your sleep, then he can't tap you. the thing where you're not even the tapping at the fact, how did this happen? How did this person? So I look so small Nigerian people are talking to me. I can't say, "Oh, come on, it's just vex my heart."
The same way we to the Braxo win Brazil.
No, that's true.
And what you said is actually really true. When it comes to those big challenges, the day we come on, we go play Brazil. I begin for actually accept for bet with some person $500 for $50. The person tell me, I tell you, the worst result we'll get out of the game, now draw. And like he talk, now because we be consistent with those big teams. If they go for win, but
we'll still play
8
well.
out of 10 times, we don't win them. Now, very few times away, okay, those teams they under trash we like that. I don't know if na actually a coaching problem or not just say, but me personally, I feel like now the players are not serious. You understand? Like they choose their games, and because guess what? In as much as we play our A team against Namibia, we get players in like Chupu Moti when be play for Yaounde, Abubakar be play. We get Five Collins we no play. We get Ekambi we no play. Now key players in that for that team. And some of them, okay, Abubakar be get suspension. That one we know him. But some people like Chupu Moti and the rest of them, they give excuses. Oh, I'm not playing that because this and that and that and that. I know if he come because I know well, the man, I get this for my muscle and this and that and that. I will notice sometimes they be that players they actually say that because they don't just want to show up. Maybe they feel saying a small team any man people play win.
Exactly.
But guess what?
Exactly.
Osimhen, right?
Osimhen,
for Nigeria,
Osimhen,
he play all the games him. Sadio Mane for Senegal, they play Mozambique. He play all the games him. Why our own players Sadio Mane they play with Chupo Motin? Why our own players need come for can represent? Why did they always be like, oh no, and if he coming for the game? So sometimes I don't want to ask myself, I don't want to talk to this, so maybe the players sometimes they be, I don't know what are the coach.
Coach, no, if you require those players and for sure up play these games.
They get a very valid excuse. The excuse of I'm injured. Normally, if you're not injured, if it's international camp, FIFA will suspend you. If they call you and all of that. But the easy way out na injury. So you say you be injured, your doctor over there go confirm. Even if you come for the doctor for say no, see you are injured, you're injured. And now you know why you need to see but me and feel fine. You understand? So they get a clean for that one. They feel always. But it's funny now. Say the whole time when I not be injured, not only during that time, and even the last game when you play till the end. And after so you get injury.
I mean, for injury part, I understand. Even Gano at some point was injured and he was not able to take his one-man show, right?
Yeah,
because boxing is a one-man show. But for me, right, it's a team. As the CEO of the team, who is the coach, if you get players that are performing, your next step is duplicating those players. Because you cannot just depend on one person. The person get injured tomorrow, who go replace them? So it's not just about coaching them in the field, telling them how to play. It's about scouting out there, seeing who is our next Boubacar, right? Grabbing them and getting them ready for that next match. If Boubacar is down today, we are having you, and you have to perform like Boubacar. If you put people on that seat, right, as the owner of that, as the CEO of that business, CEO and person with run the operations, which will be the coach, it will happen. If you have people, if you duplicate your resources, that's redundancy. That means it not will happen. We will win.
So, King, according to you, now coach, we get a coaching issue.
For me, now coach, which person coach don't get and if he replace any of the person if they come up with a complaint? Because believe me, some people them same as in business, some people them they will work harder if they know that they have a replacement. If you know they say you get replacement for your business or at work, you'll work harder to keep your job. You'll work hard for shine. If some person go shine past Boubacar for this game and other games, Boubacar will be like, yeah, I gotta show up, right? I need to work harder. So, I mean,
the same thing that happened in Brazil. Once Abubakar be no say they don't start putting for outside. Anytime we be come in, he be get something for prove him. I think you're correct.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. Yeah, you make a very valid point. You make a valid point with that. Even though I also give the players to a lot of blame, but like you have explained, the coach, and as we've been talking about it, I've tried to figure out why we are like that. Come on, I've understood that it's because of our history. Because historically, Cameroon is probably the best African nation in terms of football overall. In terms of football in Africa itself is Egypt. But in terms of performances that we have done in Africa and out of Africa, Cameroon is still the best overall. So now that's in there for backward mind. Don't look Namibia say, in Namibia, we don't take it serious. Or look any Ethiopia. Don't take it serious. You just the African Nations Cup. I think our opening game was Ethiopia. Ethiopia scored with the first goal.
Yep.
We did not score the first goal in our opening game inside our country, in a different country. That thing make a very badly.
What the way to I tell you say with
The team won my heart.
We are not ready for war. With the entire thing saying a small war,
Yeah.
because the opponent, they come for war, they come
Yep.
to win. They are
Yep.
not. They are coming to fight us.
Yep.
So why are you not ready for that fight? And if the coach, like in any business, if you are not able to duplicate, right, that business go fail. If you get some person who will be in charge of running a certain machinery, let me just say in production, that person falls sick tomorrow. Who do you have? Is your business going to stop? No, you have to be able to duplicate. Yeah,
that's true. Even though again, we not feel 100% blame coach to have that duplicate now. It just depends on the players that we have available.
I mean, the player get an upper hand because now the only person. If I'm the only person, I can tell my rules. If I wake up today, say I don't want to play.
Can I ask you a question, Kings?
Yeah.
Now who play 9 for that game?
You say
the game?
I asked na King. Now play 9 for the game who lost, especially the one who lost for Namibia.
I don't remember.
You guess what? But there was somebody who was playing 9 and they actually was wearing 9. That is because they actually were not productive. You understand? So for my point, in as much as we want me the coach go find player, do we have the pool of good players
That's the thing.
that can actually replace the Abubakars and the Choupo-Moting? I feel like the answer is no.
Yeah.
We'll not get them.
We don't have
And the only reason that me personally, I feel like more give some time. Maybe if we give time, because one thing they do with me, I feel like it be good. Now the fact say they call up local players, you understand? We encourage it boost the other players enough for be like, you know what? If I work hard, they will call me. You understand? Now, if you only start see the result after 3, 4, 5 years, they work with the player they put in now. Any local picking or even maybe some picking for outside. You understand? I think that the start Ngom not start right. Jerome Gom, the guy will be actually made that cut back.
Yeah,
he not start. He come in, although he be good performance. You understand? So for bring some person like Jerome Gom, put on for bench, wait for World Cup, they actually give you result. You understand? Now an indication or a sign for the other players, they say this team they so no man not titulaire. Like it will be talk for match for Burundi. You understand? No man no get place. Any man where he work hard, he go any place. But now for the player that for work hard, up their skill. So when they put you give a result. If we be play Namibia inside Namibia with the guys where they play, that 9 where they wear they give 9 shit, right? He score 4 goals. Now you for the talk about that now. We mean say this so for start think what okay, it can be no come here, just the way for start we did. The same way a pass play against Brazil on Onana day, we win and we say no Onana, thank you. You don't hell we are good right now. So I just feel like, do we really have those players that can, for now, I don't think so. Maybe with time, they feel,
I would say that would be something to come and say, well, my problem are some of my players. I'm still trying to duplicate them to really save himself because right now we are like, what are you doing? You know, we cannot really tell what he's doing in the background. Now you get to show up, present those press conference and tell us that this is what happened. We had a player.
But the one press conference, you will talk English.
No, he doesn't. Like that's one thing to do. I don't want him trying to speak English when he cannot.
Exactly.
Make it talk for French with the translator. Speak your French.
You should say even French. They talk better French.
No, I mean, he talk French. But yeah, now the thing that he just, I think he's just working. Me too. I'm one of those people that strongly support. Let him be there. He's working with the people, the resources that he has. He's working with the resources he has, and me, I want that they should let him grow. I want that they should let him grow. No, but that thing say you go, you make mistake, then you want fire on your first or your second mistake.
They want to be first, second mistake, myself. Burundi, we'll be supposed to trash Burundi. Some of these African countries, we're not supposed for even the talk about playing a game with them and not winning. Like it's not supposed to be happening. So to me.
But I mean, like anything else, right? The man needs some small time for
to prove himself, exactly.
Obviously, the changes already make, and now you know go see like right away, right? You give it some time, and then you see the result.
Yeah,
if you hand the man trash, you know, expect him to deliver with trash.
Exactly.
To me, right, I expect professionalism. If I know we hired Toride today, then he determines him I hire you again next time for me take or don't improve,
No.
bro. I want you to give results.
No, I've watched this man get better at what he does.
Yes,
and
but
even the pictures that he takes.
Yes,
because I've known him since when he started taking pictures. So I mean, talking even the quality of the picture, the editing. So if you took him that first time and you said the whole don't come because you don't edit it very well, how was he going to
then
learn?
he get to prove a point for me for being able to hire you again next
But then
time.
at least
get better.
agent,
then when you started doing real estate, you were not the best at when you just started. You had to take time to become better. Just like
and that time,
it depends the level, right? If I need a professional, I need a professional. If you're coming as a professional, I don't want you to be coming as
the
developer.
get-go, you don't talk say song is not like he's not cutting it.
Right?
He's not
professional. He's not proven it. Like
so that's what I'm saying. Like give him
some time to prove himself. Because
bro,
now if you fire
no
song,
time.
right? If you fire song, maybe another coach come in and then they start with the way that things the way song don't
exactly.
But ask question.
Exactly.
At the rate where would he go? At the rate where would he go? I think say we'll play the next World Cup. So
the target now first of all a Nation Cup. And would they 3 for we poll because Kenya was disqualified? Would they 3 for we poll? And would they second? Kenya get I think 5. This Namibia get I think 5 points. Burundi get 1. We get 4 points. Burundi get 1 point. Burundi get for play Namibia. So Namibia get for do everything for at least draw that game for assurer a place because now 2 people to qualify. And then now we get 1 game with Burundi for home. In as much as I'm not sure so we must win if we win the game, but then we still stand a chance. They go now for qualify for Nation Cup first, and then we'll get long time for start prepare maybe World Cup. But as sure as it is, so we'll qualify for Nation Cup.
You remember the question about ask DJ King Nazo? You wanted to ask him a question.
No, me, I don't forget me.
But point I just want I want to watch Cameroon play live at the AT&T Stadium here. Bro.
Yeah.
So all this is getting to me. All this is getting to me. Like the next World Cup is right down the street, and I want to watch Cameroon play here.
But that is the thing, right?
Yeah.
The qualification of World Cup see there for front. If Song no start test that player then now, you understand? We no go even know see this, so we no get reserve bench. So now we eager for the taste all that chom nanga them, bring these people them, build that spirit of if you play very well, we will call you for national team. You understand? I see we get players the way they want go naturalize for other side for play. We struggle for bring the in and all of that. I feel like for now that team, especially with the new Fekafu management, we're there for that building stage. For me, I know Lion, even for miss Nation Cup, we'll miss World Cup. But then after that, we'll get some really good result, right? I'll be very, very okay with this. Is the thing. What best soccer team we don't get them for Cameroon, the best national team for you now? Which year?
That 2002 to 2004.
How for you?
I'll be very bad with dates.
2002, 2004.
I don't know. I'll say the same. Patrick Bomadem.
Yeah, that is it. It was 2002, 2004. And guess what? The power behind that team, na Brasserie School and Kaji Sport Academy, where they come up when Brasserie School na 89, Kaji Sport in 92. So they brought together kids that were like between 11 and 15 for that time from 89. So by the time we want to get to 2000, those kids were like 21, 22, 23. And back in the days, most African countries, they didn't even get football schools. You understand? So we be there advanced. But now, all that African, I remember Tawa Day in Jalakwan, we get about 500 kids the way they become Benin. Where they become football school for Limbe.
Okay, wow.
And for Kaji, we get people there, they come up Burundi and all of that side. But now they get their own football school too. So in as much as they say, oh, Cameroon do good. Are you sure these other clubs or these other teams have not improved their game?
That's the thing. That's the thing.
They don't improve so well.
Yeah.
So it only be disrespectful for you for the be like, no, we're just going for crush them.
That's true.
We are supposed to be doing something different for make us the Cameroon 1B.
Yeah. We have only been relying on our past history and taking it for granted, not knowing that they're working. It's the same thing to like Brazil. They're probably because overall Brazil is still the biggest football team in history.
For paper,
now they realize, on paper, but now they're seeing people are coming and winning them now because other people are working more than them. Because when you get that history of being the best, sometimes
tend
you
to
relax here
relax,
because when you
yeah.
don't have any other challenge. So I think that's one thing that has been hurting us since we have known that we're the best in
Yep.
Africa. We're not working. But the Burundi and the Namibia, they don't the work. Ethiopia, they don't the work. So that's I don't know. I guess
We're there
yeah,
for 1 hour 24. I think we should round up
yeah.
since Agent Dange for shake.
Yeah.
Oh my
Master,
God,
DJ
how much
King.
you wish you-
Don't
Oh,
put
okay,
down on the
sorry.
spot.
I know they always call my name. They always call my name. I don't know why.
Yeah, only flow is easy for talking. Isn't that?
I know, right? I don't know.
Yeah, more round up, and then maybe me
Yeah.
and I will do our own segment.
Thank you once more, ladies and gentlemen, for staying here for this while.
Hey, Dan, Ufiki Dan, Ugi Dan and Kings, just 1 minute for talk about his site. So if he show him why we did talk about Agent Dan, we do for you.
Wait, so bring that up, Mamo. See,
Yes.
make that done small.
So you just talk about what you do. Okay, I think you're good. Now your Facebook that.
Cool. All right, all people. That's a lot, all man. Agent Dan here. I need to see the Facebook yet, but
Yeah, you no.
all right. Hey, actually, I mean, for people who don't know me, my name is Agent Dan. I'll be a realtor. I'll be based out here for North Texas, for Dallas, right? So I service the Dallas metro area. I did do deals, and even all the way down to Houston, Austin, San Antonio. Really be at your service, right? So if you need me, feel free to reach out. My Facebook page, obviously. I did do a lot of educational content on my Facebook page as well. And the advertise houses, them are the feature houses, and where they be on the MLS. So obviously you go see the Q&A session, customer reviews. Every time we close a deal, I get a customer provide me a review, just so when I know that they do good job, right? They advertise houses, they show houses, then we they don't go under contract. And again, the whole goal now for provide education, for provide some content. That way, if you want to engage in home buying, it will be an easy and seamless process for you. So I get with the see Facebook now, but I get a YouTube channel as well. You get a lot of videos. Yeah, if you see the houses them here, everything backyard, inside, master bedroom, all of that stuff. So if you get a desire, at least you get a view of the house before you actually go take a look at it physically. But again, for not take too much of your time, really, a day out here, be at your service. If you need me, feel free for reach out. My number now 682-360-6692. Again, 682-360-6692. You find me for Agent, my name, you find me for social media, Instagram, Facebook, Agent Dan TX. So TX for Texas, right? Short form for Texas. I'll be at your service here. I like for talk say I'll be the one and the only realtor for town, even the other one than they, but I'll be the one and only. So thank you plenty. I really appreciate all your support.
Wow.
DJ King, I be the travel. Look up your.
Okay, so yeah, as Agent Dan talk, now you be the boss.
King, is that you?
Yeah,
Now you this.
yeah, that's DJ King right there. That's me. That's me on Instagram, and like I have a, if you can actually just Google djking237.com. I try to represent Cameroon.
Yeah, that's nice. Put on the
search-
address
on the search bar.
Actually,
Search bar yourself.
the search
Yeah,
bar says,
search bar self just there's a link on that profile. You can just
DJ King 237.
One word.
KING237, yes, 237.com. That's my website right there. So I want
This is it, right?
that's it.
Yes.
That's me right there.
Yeah.
So I want I serve the DFW area, out of the country, out of states, everywhere. So as you can see, we do everything, right? And I try to get to a point where if you need to book a DJ, right, or me, just go online, you will see what our pricing is like. If you click on packages, you will see what it is. So I don't have to be telling people that, oh, this is how much.
Yep.
And I think that our community, in the services we sell, we have to be able to sell without being present without going over a phone call. You know, when you want to buy something for Walmart, you just go online. Walmart, they show you the price right there. You go ahead and buy it. And I think everybody needs to incorporate that, where you can sell your services without actually having to be there. You know, having to go over a phone call where you tell people them this and that. Have some people can just go and look at it and pay for your service, right? And you go. I also have a YouTube page where some of this is going to be in more detail. If you click on videos, you go there, you're going to see things that I've done. You might see Agent Dan there and other people, because I've done things for Agent Dan. So they might show up somewhere just to have people see the things I do and some of the things I offer. So that's me. That's the DJ, your favorite DJ. I used to say your girlfriend's favorite DJ, but my wife stopped liking that. So I'm like, okay, your favorite DJ. Thank you. And I vibe to everything, man. I never tell people that say, if you see DJ, when you dance to wait you to play, no hire you.
Suspect.
Okay, no, you dance to wait to eat the play.
You know, if you dance to wait you to play.
I like when I see DJ enjoy yourself.
I get to dance to wait to play.
Because you also the energy is transferred. People you transfer the energy. When people see you, so they obviously vibe to it. You know, I like that.
Yeah, that's me.
I really like the website and transparency too. Just as you said, you just put the price right there. Then of course someone can contact you to request a custom code, things like that.
Yes.
Look, I also hate that thing when you just go to a website, you really want to know the price, then they hide the price. You know, put your name, your email, create an account, then we're going to text you. They at least you give a price there. Then they already know. Then you have to request a custom code. When they talk, you see that kind of thing. I like that. I like that a lot.
Anything you want to show, I'm Gailo. I know you say my madam, but
no, I still work on website.
Okay.
Actually, I see build the website.
Some round up.
So again, thank you once more, ladies and gentlemen, for this long segment. Thank you to Agent Dan. Thank you to DJ King. You know, some people will have to run out, you know, say for a task. Sometimes we need for the up. So don't forget, we do this every weekend, every Saturday, you know, around the same time. So just make sure to tune in. And again, we appreciate the fact that you tune in. And please share the video when you tune in, you know, and comment. And again, like we said last time, we can bring people on board to participate if you want to. You know, you can give a request there. We see that you want to participate. We'll find a way to actually bring you on the screen and you give a comment or something. Sometimes you might even know more detail about something that's happening on ground. You know, you can come in and you contribute to it. That's actually what we want to do. We want to include people. So don't forget, we appreciate your participation and your viewership. So thank you again once more. And first part of the show don't end. Now here's some music before.
I want to tag Brenda Bia for this.
Yeah,
we need her, right? When I share and tag you,
when I already go on Cameroon, come back. Me, I still get for good.
We need her to call.